Well, good morning again, boat lovers. It is a stunning day today, and finally, after a hectic week, I am back in the boat shed, back on the boat build. So onward and upward with the poop tank. That's what I'm up to. I'm about to clean up all those sides and the panels I made ready for gluing into place. So the first thing I need to do is clean up all the rough fiberglass edges, do some scrubbing to get any wax, amine bloom off the fiberglass, and prepare the surfaces ready to stick this thing together. Let's go. My name's Steve, and Millie the Wonder Dog and I are single-handedly building Dragonfly, a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat, specifically designed for inland and sheltered waters of the Murray River here in South Australia. Join us each week to follow the mayhem and madness that go hand in hand with one man and his dog building a massive flat bottom wooden boat. So nice to have some sunshine. Okay, here I've got pieces on the bench, a couple of them there. There's the lid and the two end panels. Okay, I'm going to put my mask, all my gear on, get these edges cleaned up. It's already, actually I shouldn't have said good morning, it's actually about 12:30 in the afternoon. But I will get these cleaned up, have some lunch, and all being well, make a start on these after lunch. I guarantee you, if you want somebody to call you, just start gluing. In my case, I can be working in here all day, phone doesn't ring, no text messages, nothing like that. And then as soon as I put the mask and the gloves on, I'll get messages, phone calls, all that sort of thing. Now I should just ignore them, but I'm one of those people that can't help it. When the phone rings, I have to answer it. So I think this is my fourth pair of gloves I'm putting on after having at least 4 phone calls during putting this together. So hopefully I can finish off uninterrupted. And if somebody calls, perhaps I'll actually just ignore them. Good morning again, boat lovers. I am well and truly into getting this poop tank lid done. I've just Sikaflexed in all the fittings. Now I'm going to fiberglass tape the joins on the tank itself, and then I'm going to epoxy the lid into place. Here are the fittings I've just done. So there we've got our toilet inlet, our sender gauge. And down here we have our vent, Sikaflexed into place. Next to that we've got our outlet, and that protrudes down below. Hopefully you can see that. And then this one here is the kitchen sink inlet. Right, so now I'll get the corners of the inside of the poop tank all fiberglassed with a couple of layers of fiberglass tape, and then I will epoxy this lid into place. Hooly dooly, that was a bit of a challenge. I thought everything was going to just slip into place nicely there, but as you could probably see, the fitting at that end of the poop tank, the flange on the fitting was just catching on the end of the tank, so I couldn't get the lid down properly. It was sticking up about 3 mil. So I had to lift the whole thing up, as you could see, scrape the glue off, re-glue it, and then slide the lid in from this end so it wedged into place, and now it's all sitting down nicely. But that was as usual 3 times as long as I expected, but it's done now, so I can let that dry off, and tomorrow I can start to frame up this wheelhouse, work out what I'm going to do with the swing keels on each side and how to frame up the floor. There we go, all in place now, finally. So there it is. Great. All right, I think that is it for today. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'll go and have some lunch and a bit of a break. I might do something else this afternoon, but it's more likely I'll go and edit some of these videos and come in fresh tomorrow morning when the glue's all dry. Otherwise, I'm just tripping over stuff I've already done. Okay, we'll see you when I get back. Well, good morning again, boat lovers. After my success with the poop tank, I am moving on to framing up the wheelhouse floor, which involves making the swing keel housings, or center case housing, if you like, on each side of the boat. So I'll show you behind me just what I'm starting to do there, and I'll explain a little bit of that while we're looking at it. Okay, so down at the bottom, these slots that you can see, got one of these on each side, need a little bit of tidying up. That's the gap that I've created for the swing keel, and you'll see that you've got plywood on the outside, and I've lined the inside with glue and filler, so as when it rubs, it doesn't rub on the timber. So I'll be making two pieces like this, one side by side, and that will make basically a box that sits in place here, all fiberglassed of course on the inside, and then the same for the one on the other side. That's going to house the swing keel that goes up and down, which is to help stop the boat from sliding sideways, or skating as they call it when it's windy. I'm only going to need these when we're going slowly. If we're moving along at cruising speed, the wind is not going to bother us. But if we're going into a marina or close quarters and we're just sort of idling in slowly and it's really windy or gusty, that can push the boat all over the place. So that's the time where I'll need these right down. They're only going to be 6mm aluminium plate, and they hang down about a bit less than a metre. So although that's not a lot of thickness, it's going to be enough to stop us from moving sideways when we're sort of idling along at 1 or 2 knots. So that's the theory behind these swing keels. So my job today is to get these center cases or keel housings made up, get all the pieces fiberglassed. Once they're all glassed, then I can stick them together and put them into place. After that, once they're all in place, I can start to put the side on and frame up for the wheelhouse floor. Right. Okay, I've got my swing keel housings framed up. I'm about to take all the clamps off, do a bit of cutting and trimming to make sure they fit properly, and then glue them into place. I've just done one side of each box for the housing, I'll get that in place, and then I can frame up the other side of the box and put that into place. Stay down, down. I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea. Stay